Let's take a look at one of my favorite pieces of equipment for teaching virtually. It's called a C-stand, and you see it in all kinds of professional settings, often holding a boom mic or any kind of thing. I use it to hold all the things. Disassembled, it actually stores really compactly. I can put it in a bag and stick it in the corner of my closet. The thing is, it takes up very little floor space and head space, so I'm able to leave it up in my studio and have it ready anytime I want to film something. It's really not that hard to put together. It is a heavy bugger, but that's a good thing. Once you have the legs assembled, you really want to make sure to use sandbags. A C-stand can be cantilevered so far that it can tip really easily, so sandbags on the legs and sometimes even on the other end of your cantilever are really excellent and kind of inescapable safety measure. Typically, a C-stand comes with one boom arm, and it attaches in these really interesting joints. One of the lovely things about a C-stand is that it can raise up, and be entirely out of the shot. So you can get an overhead camera view and a face-to-camera view at the same time. They're spring-loaded, which makes it a lot easier to lift up when you've got heavy equipment on the boom arm. I typically end up using a number of accessories. I found it really useful to have a second boom arm. This one comes with the same kind of joint. This side can't slide up and down like some of the others. I have an extra joint that I put on the other end of the boom arm, and I also have a spigot thing. You can put a light box on this side and screw it tight. The other side of the spigot has a 1/4-inch screw mount. You can get these in all different variations, but they fit inside of these holes nice and tight, so that now let's attach different pieces of equipment. Most of the time when I'm teaching live, I use my tablet as an overhead camera, so I need something to hold it on. In this case, I'm using an ARKON tablet mount. It's got a nice pull grip, so I can slide it anywhere onto the boom arm. Now I can adjust the tablet either high up, low down, to record whatever I need. Now, you can add other things too. Most of the time, I've added an LED light tablet or two onto other parts of the boom arm. You could put the tablet on the side of the boom arm, but I usually put it over on this other spigot. I could, if I wanted to, put the spigot anywhere on this side. In this case, let's just mess around with it right here. This spigot could hold a DSLR camera, a light tablet, basically anything with a 1/4-inch screw mount. I usually pop it over onto one side so that the light is not behind one of the poles. That way you don't get a shadow on your work. A C-stand is also really useful if you need your holder all the way out of your way, maybe high up and over your shoulder for a phone. Say I'm teaching somebody something on a sewing machine. Flat overhead isn't going to work because the harp is in the way of the needle. And having something down where my arms move means I have to work around that camera. But if I have a camera coming in over my shoulder, it's out of the way and you can get a great view at an angle. I'll often use my phone for filming smaller things like that. It's easier for me to work around. There's so many options for attaching things to the arms. You can use a little, I don't even know what to call this, a little attachment. You can put the boom arm through the end, or I usually put it through here. And then it's got the 1/4-inch screw mount on it. Then I often use my favorite phone mount. It's called a jellyfish. It can move in a lot of different ways. It's got mounts on either side of the sliding hooks so that I can mount a microphone or a mini light, whatever I want. Another option is this funky little clamp that you can move any different way, and then once you tighten it up, it will hold. So now we have the C-stand set up with one arm angled high, the other one coming down low so it can come down right over your shoulder. It's got different attachments on it so that I can have a phone to film with and a mic right there, and it's easy to work around it. Now you can also set this up so it's looking over your shoulder. Then you just have to be careful not to move in the way of it. When I'm not using the C-stand, it sits halfway under my table, the legs aren't out in my way, and I simply move everything against the wall or out of my way. I can even move them so it's just against the pole. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I'm able to leave it up all the time. It can go way up high, down low, basically endlessly configurable, and it can hold all the things. You just have to buy attachments so that you can hold all the things. And I invite you to join me at the Academy for Virtual Teaching, where you can join your other creative colleagues in learning all the business skills that you need to add virtual education to your business. You can find us at4vt.com or the academyforvirtualteaching.com. We can't wait to see you there.